I've seen the Kalisk. I survived it. Here's my proposal. You take me along with you, and I'll guide you to its den. Once there, I get my legs, you get your trophy, and everyone's a winner. Deal?
You're listening to Fun with Horror with your hosts, Scotty and Andrew.
Well, hello, everybody. This is Scotty.
And this is Andrew.
And welcome to episode number 179 of Fun with Horror. This is the most wholesome horror movie podcast in the entire world. It's the podcast in which two long-distance best buddies, they keep in touch by taking turns giving each other movies to watch and discuss.
Last episode, I got to pick, and I chose Predator Badlands. But stay tuned to the end of this episode where we get to hear what Scotty picks for our next movie. But without further ado, hi, buddy.
Hello, buddy.
Look at you, handsome man.
You know what? Look at you. You know, I gave Andrew. Well, let's put this on Andrew because he's the sweet one here.
Stop it.
Andrew was kind enough to say yes when I offered to hand him down some of my T-shirts that I might wear, but I just had too many T-shirts.
Yeah.
And I am wearing a T-shirt right now that because I own this, I gave you one of my other ones.
Which you can see right there.
I can't see it at all, actually.
Oh, rats! It is that one right there though, behind me. in the closet.
the red sleeve.
Yes, yep.
There it is.
That's the killer clown. Yep.
Yeah, so it's a Killer Clowns from Outer Space T-shirt. I gave Andrew my beautiful baseball tee.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you, buddy. Hi, buddy. Thank you. They're awesome shirts. They're all gorgeous. And even my wife is wearing them.
I know. She's using them as maternity shirts, and I love it.
Well, they're so comfy. They're like really good quality comfy shirts, man. They're awesome. Thank you.
That's what I do.
Yeah. You're a class act.
I'm a class comfy act is what we call it in San Diego.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah. But here in LA, I'm just classy. That's it. Oh, San Diego is classy. Get it, Anchorman? Stay classy, San Diego.
Oh, man.
And I just pulled San Diego out of my rear end.
I was wondering where we were going with San Diego, but I like it.
It was just the first city I thought of.
What a great city. That's where Comic-Con's at.
Some say it's America's finest city.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what it says on the sign.
Oh, well, there you go.
Andrew, have you seen any movies?
Buddy, I saw 28 years later, The Bone Temple.
You know what I love to do?
Oh, what?
I love to leave our audience in suspense. Because we are definitely going to do an episode on that one.
You best believe we are.
We've both seen it now.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it, and I think you did too.
I think you're right, but that's all I'll say.
That's all we'll say.
And wait, let me tell you this too. Let me paint the picture. I had a friend, one of my son's classmates' dads, who said, "Do you want to go to the 9 o'clock?" And I went, "Sure." Now, mind you, this is 9 p.m. for me, which is that's like an hour past bedtime. Wow. I went to the theater and watched that movie that late. And boy, what an experience. I'll just say that.
Was it like reliving your youth?
It really was.
Did you have popcorn?
Oh, yeah. And soda. I was like, I need to have a soda. And then immediately after I bought it, spilled a bunch on myself. I went, well, awesome.
That tracks.
Yep, it does.
Bowie, what are you doing? Ziggy, what are you doing? I don't know. I thought I heard something fall, and it's probably my cats dropping stuff. Buddy.
Yeah.
I sent you a picture, but I got to tell everybody out there how weird and crazy this was.
Yeah, dude.
I have been hoping upon hope that the latest Hellraiser would at some point come out on 4K Blu-ray. And finally, some German company decided that they were going to release it, and they released a bunch of steelbook editions, and I could not order from their website, not because it was in German, because their website literally sucked. It would not get me past the PayPal login and whatnot, so I just was not allowed. I sent them a customer service. It doesn't matter. Then I find out that some other websites had them. I tried Orbit DVD, and Orbit was sold out quickly. But I found this little website, I think it's a mom and pop store somewhere in the U.S. called Brother Belial.
Right on. Okay.
Wasn't sure about ordering from them. I'd never heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
But props to them because they sent me my Blu-ray very quickly.
Nice.
However, I got it in the mail yesterday. Kid you not, the movie is Hellraiser. And the box looked like it had dried blood on it. Like somebody had cut their hand and bled on this box.
It did look like it. It's pretty gnarly. Like, it looked dangerous a little bit. Like, don't touch that.
Yeah. But I'm worried about the person that bled on the Hellraiser movie.
But such sights they will see.
That's true. That's true.
You know?
That's true. So the other thing, buddy, before we get on to our movie, it's been really good for fun with horror in the past few weeks, I guess. I mean, for a long time, but I mean, it just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
And you beautiful people out there, we love you so much. You've been leaving us comments on Spotify.
Mm.
And we read a bunch last episode. The thing is, just keep this in mind, my friends. If you leave a comment, you will hear it on the show, but it's going to be delayed because we record early.
Correct. Yes.
I mean, I don't even know when this episode's coming out. Like, June?
Probably 2027 at this point. I don't know.
Woo! That'll be fun. No, I mean, it's going to come out in like 3 weeks, but still, I mean, so just know that if you leave a message, it will be read on the show, and we will answer it live on the podcast, or pre-recorded on the podcast is what I meant to say.
Yeah, there you go.
But here's the thing. We're getting enough comments that we're going to save them for the end of the show. So if you left a comment and you haven't heard it on our episodes yet, listen until go to the end of the episode. Listen to the episode and then listen to the end of the episode, and then we're going to read the comments then.
You have such a way with words.
Andrew.
Yeah.
What's the opposite of good waters?
Badlands.
Is this better? Universal translation. You hear Yautja, others hear their language. Oh boy. This isn't great for you.
Predator Badlands came out on November 7th, 2025. It was directed by Dan Trachtenberg, and it was also written by Dan Trachtenberg and Patrick Asen. It stars Elle Fanning as Thea and Tessa. It stars Demetrius Schuster Kolamatanji as Dek, Ravi Narayan as Bud in the motion capture, Chris Terhune as Bud the voice, and Cameron Brown as Drone Synth.
That is correct. That's a tough one.
That was a tough one, buddy.
I mean, Kaloa Matangi or Kaloa Matangi is hard.
Yeah, that's a
hard one. That is a tough one. I knew you're gonna grip the hammer really hard with that one. I don't know what phrase I'm trying to come up with. I just made it up.
I like it though. I'm gonna use that often. Like, you got to grip that hammer.
Yeah, when you have a hard time with something, it's gripping the hammer. You grip the hammer hard to try and get it right. Yeah, this works. It works.
I squeeze the hammer.
Squeeze the hammer. I squeeze the pomegranate.
What happened? Where are we?
We're in the Badlands, my friend. Predator Badlands.
Yeah.
And speaking of, before we get to spoilers, Andrew.
Yes.
I am so curious. But I have an idea.
Yeah,
I have ideas in my head. What did you think, without spoilers, of Predator Badlands?
Buddy, this movie was a whole lot of fun, and I enjoyed every second of it. What about you?
Man, buddy, this is very similar to Prey in that I liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But on a second viewing, I loved it.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, let's just get this out of the way. This is not a horror movie. There's very few. I mean, there's some creatures that could be considered horror, but this is an action science fiction movie.
Yes. Yep, it is. That's true.
But we did Prey, so it's okay for us to do this one. So we're just jumping out of the horror genre for a little bit this episode.
Yeah, man. If we're going to do his other Predator movie, I'm like, we got to continue this. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
And the first Predator is also horror adjacent. That was kind of a horror movie in a way.
Oh, there's some. I rewatched that relatively recently, and there's some creepy moments, man.
Wow.
Some dark moments, actually.
That's a great movie.
It is great. It's a lot of fun.
But we're not doing Predator.
We're not.
We're doing Predator Badlands.
Yeah.
And now that we have told everybody what we think of this movie, it's time for the spoiler warning, followed immediately by our trigger warnings. So if you haven't seen this movie and you don't want a single thing spoiled for you, this right here is the point of no return. Feel free to pause the episode and come back after you've watched the movie. But before we talk about the rest of the movie, we'd like to let you know of any major trigger warnings, which was inspired by the website doesthedogdie.com. Because, nearly every horror movie does inherently have triggers, but there are some that we would want to know about before watching a movie. And we're going to let you know about those. So, Andrew, are there any animals in Predator Badlands?
There are bone bison, lunabugs, and squirts.
Do the bone bison, lunabugs, and squirts die in this movie?
I regret to inform everyone that, yes, they do. They do die in this movie.
Okay. Aw.
I know. Aw.
So if you're triggered by the deaths of lunabugs, you may want to tread carefully.
It's true. Yeah.
But now I'm just gonna open up my phone, Andrew.
You know what? I want to let the people know what's going on. Scotty's opening his phone. He's not being rude. He's not ignoring you that are listening, okay? He's doing it for a reason. He's getting dice, a virtual dice. It has 20 sides. It's orange. And here's what's going to happen. If he stops that dice, when I say to stop on an odd number, unfortunately, you're going to hear me talk for about 3 minutes to give you a recap. But if you hear an even number, oh, the heavens have opened, and you're going to hear Scotty with his delicious voice give you the 3-minute recap.
Wait, so hell opens if you do it?
Feels like it. The only way we can make it get to you is if we pray.
Oh my God, that's a good one.
Thank you.
That's why we pray. I am rolling it.
And I'm going to have you stop it right about now.
That was MC Hammer, by the way.
Nice.
Another Hammer reference.
Oh, love it.
Andrew, the number is 16. I'm doing it.
Oh, heaven has opened and my PREY worked. For those that didn't quite get the joke, I spelled it out. Literally. Buddy, this is great news.
Okay, good.
Yeah. No, I have good news for you.
Oh, no.
No, it's good. This one's good.
I know what your good news is.
No, I think it's good.
Last time you gave me good news, I ended up locked in a refrigerator in a junkyard.
But it built character.
That's true. I can't deny that one.
It's called tough love. No, this time, this is nice. I did something good for you. I hired myself an alien bounty hunter to come and kill you if you don't do it in under 3 minutes.
That's great news.
Yeah, I thought if it's past 3 minutes, what a cool way to go. What a story to tell.
What did he
for
say?
me.
What did he say?
He said, which
good.
means we'll see if any of that comes through on the mic.
Oh, I think it will.
Oh, I hope it does.
See, here's the twist this episode, buddy.
Yeah.
Usually you dread doing the 3-minute recap.
Yeah.
Well, this time I dreaded not doing it because my plan was to also try and do a predator voice to explain what would happen if you came in under or over 3 minutes. But you know what? I didn't have to. You did. So now I get to do the 3-minute recap and you got to do the predator voice. Bam.
Wow. Wow, what a gift. This episode is a gift that keeps on giving, not just for us, but everyone listening. Happy New Year.
I give it 5 refrigerators in a junkyard.
That's dark. All right. Buddy, whenever you're ready, I will set the timer and let my friend know.
I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
Predator Badlands opens on an alien world. We meet Dek, who is a Yautja, or a predator, and his brother Quay. Dek is a smaller Yautja than most, and he and his brother are fighting. Quay is trying to teach him to be a warrior. And then they're on the ship after they fight, and Dek is looking at all these aliens that he would have to defeat to become Dek of the Yautja and to get his invisibility cloak. Well, he comes across this creature called the Kalisk. It's on a death planet called Genna. And his brother's like, even father is scared of that one. But you know what? Dek says, I'm going to do it. But then guess what happens? Their father shows up. Their father, he just wants his brother. He wants Quay to kill Dek because Dek is small. He's weak. And the weakest of the Yautja must die. They must sacrifice themselves for the good of the clan. Well, his brother refuses. His brother pulls Dek into the ship and fights father. Father and brother fight. Father cuts off Quay's arm and ends up slicing Quay's head off. Dek in the ship, I think Quay sends the ship away, but right before he dies, and the ship goes and Dek is knocked out. Dek wakes up as the ship is about to crash land on this planet, which is what happens. Dek is now on the planet Genna. Genna is indeed a death planet. The first thing that happens is all these tree vines try to attack him and kill him. Then there's things all over the place. He ends up in this field with these spiny little plants that will paralyze him while this big, huge flying beast comes down and kills him. But that's when he meets Thea. Thea is, let's just say, half of a synth. She is a synthetic human created by the Weyland-Yutani Company, who we might know from Alien. Thea pretty much saves Dek's life. And then they have this conversation where Dek, he's got to do everything by himself. But Thea says to use me as a tool. So Dek says, yes, I can do that. So he takes Thea along with him. Along the way, they meet a little creature named Bud that Thea names Bud. Bud helps them kill a big Luna bug creature and also the bone bison that we mentioned earlier. That night, they're eating, and there's a cute little bonding moment between Bud and Dek, where Bud just copies everything he does. True story. It's inspired by the scene in Jaws, everybody. Just taught Andrew something. So, we continue on. They end up at this crash site, and this is pretty much the nest of the Kalisk, this incredible creature. We've also, by this time, met Tessa. So there are two synthetic humans, Thea and Tessa. They are the same model. They're both played by Elle Fanning. They're both different, but Tessa has been, almost killed in a way, in a synthetic kind of way, by the Kalisk. Mother has brought Tessa back. We'll talk about Mother later in this episode because that's another reference to Alien, everybody. Anyway, let's get on with this story. Dek ends up fighting the Kalisk while Thea is trying to put her legs back on. And there's this amazing battle where Dek and the Kalisk are fighting. We find out that the Kalisk regenerates. Dek cuts off his tail. The tail connects back together. Dek cuts off the Kalisk's head. The head reattaches to the body. It's incredible, guys. So that is why the company, Weyland-Yutani, they want the Kalisk, much like they wanted the Xenomorph in other Alien films and stories. They want the Kalisk to use as a way to maybe teach humanity how to regenerate and stuff like that. Whatever. So as Dek is fighting the Kalisk, there's a moment where the Kalisk is on top of Dek and it sniffs Dek. And right before it goes to kill him, or we think he might kill him, we don't know. Right before then, the Kalisk is frozen because at this time, Tessa, the other synthetic, has found Dek's ship and she's gotten some of Dek's weapons, which allows her to capture the Kalisk. So, fast forward, Tessa and these other synthetics that are like these male synthetics, they have captured Dek. They also have Thea. And Dek is going to be experimented on and pretty much killed by them or captured by the company. And then Thea finds out that Tessa is going to, I think, just kind of decommission her. Basically get rid of her and rebuild whatever. She's faulty or whatever. Anyway, Thea helps Dek get out. Dek ends up and he finds Bud. Bud finds him. And at this point, Dek finds Bud in the footprint of the Kalisk. And at this moment, Dek realizes that Bud is a baby Kalisk. My goodness. So Dek, who has been told earlier in the movie by Thea to use the planet and work with it instead of against it, Dek goes around getting all these things that tried to kill him and creating them as weapons. And we'll talk about that later. But he goes back to this big base, and there's this big battle. Dek goes through killing all these male synthetics, and he gets Thea free by having her legs follow. Yeah, it's just crazy. There's a big battle. Dek ends up fighting Tessa in a big, huge loader, like at the end of Aliens, everybody. And then the Kalisk is set free by Thea, and the Kalisk fights Tessa, and then it swallows Tessa, but Tessa has this weapon inside her, and there's a moment where the Kalisk and Bud see each other and they touch foreheads. Dek gets to touch foreheads with the Kalisk, but then the Kalisk dies from the inside and explodes. Tessa has found a way to kill it. And then right as Tessa is about to kill Dek or Thea or somebody, who? Remind me. Thea.
Yeah.
Dek kills Tessa from behind, right?
Yes. I think or was it Thea that kills her?
Oh my God, I've seen this movie multiple times. I'm pretty sure it's Dek.
Okay. I'm totally drawing a blank.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Bud rips off Tessa's head. Finally, we go back to the Yautja planet. Dek gets out of the ship. He confronts his father. His father says maybe the right son did live. But then Dek shows his father that the trophy he has is the head of a synthetic. It's Tessa's skull, basically, her synthetic skull. Dek and the father fight. Dek uses some really cool stuff against the father and ends up winning the fight. And then the fight is actually won by Bud, who comes out and is now a bigger Kalisk and just bites off father's head. And then the credits start to roll. The title comes up because now Dek is now Dek of the Yautja. But then before the credits really start to roll, the movie comes back and there's a ship coming on the horizon. And Thea says something, and Deck goes, "Mother." And that's how it ends. The mother's coming, and
Whew, that was, boy, you were cut it close, but that was just under 3 minutes, buddy. So let me leave a quick message for our friend.
that's so good.
Yep, he's gonna be gone. Yeah, he said he's headed back, so we're good.
Amazing. You're so good at that. I'm so glad you did it. I would have been so bad.
You stop. Yours would have been perfect, and you know it.
Buddy, that was really actually difficult to do because I want to do it in like 3 minutes, but there's so much to talk about.
I know. This one, I did just like a faux one earlier today as I was cooking dinner, and I kind of did the same thing. I was like, man, that's tough. This one's a tough one.
Let's jump to the end. So let's think about. I'm pretty sure it's Tessa.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she gets up and she's coming towards Thea.
Yeah, and her hair's gone. She's pretty battle damaged. Yeah.
Yes, and she points the shoulder laser thing at Thea, and she's about to kill her. And then Deck kills Tessa from behind, and then he takes his thing back. He takes his weapon back.
And he says, "That's not yours."
Yeah. Okay. And
yeah,
then
that's what
Bud
it is. Yeah.
takes Tessa's head and goes, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Bud was the greatest character ever.
Seriously. Yeah, both Cindy watched this with me because she loved Prey, and I was like, let's do this one. And we both were like, oh. But I'll be honest, both of us were like, he's probably gonna die. Because we love Bud so much that we were both like, oh, Bud's gonna die. But didn't, so I'm so happy.
Funny enough, there were early versions of this script in which they did kill off Bud.
Well, I'm glad they didn't.
Evidently, in early versions, Bud was captured along with Deck, and they tortured Bud.
Hmm.
And I guess his death was kind of the catalyst for Deck to go in and get things back. But you know what? They talked about a lot of different little things that they changed from the script in the early days to what it ended up being. Everything they said sounded like they changed everything exactly the way it should have been.
Oh, good. Okay. Nice.
There was nothing that I thought, oh, I wish they kind of kept that.
Yeah. No, I just watching this movie, I'm like, I loved it. Like, I think this movie is so much fun that I wouldn't want it any other way. This was a great movie, man. This was a blast.
I have no quibbles with this movie.
I'm right there with you, buddy. I got nothing on my quibble notes. I thought it was fun. I just had a good time with it, man.
I almost thought I would, but I can't honestly think of anything I would make a quibble.
No, it's just a fun movie. Like, there's just a good time. There's nothing that bothered me in any way, shape, or form. So I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
So let's just pleasure ourselves all over this movie. Because that's what this episode's going to be. Right?
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
So let's see. What? I mean, where do we start? There's so much that we can talk about. Where would you like to start?
I mean, Julie Andrews said it best. Let's start at the very beginning. It's a very good place to start.
The beginning of the end, right?
Yeah. I mean, we can talk about anything, buddy. This movie has it all.
Did you realize that this is the furthest in the future set movie? I didn't say that grammatically correct, but just say that. Did you realize that this movie is set the furthest in the future of any of the other Predator movies?
I did not. No, I did not realize that at all.
And even Alien Resurrection.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Which is cool because he set Prey probably as far back as we've seen.
Yep.
And now he's set Predator Badlands as far forward as we've seen.
True. And then we've got Hunter of Hunters, which is...
Killer of Killers.
Or Hunter, yeah, not Hunter of Hunters. Killer of Killers, which is all over in the middle.
I watched it.
What'd you think? Oh, I loved it.
I thought it was, I don't know, buddy. There was something missing for me.
All right.
I don't know. It was okay.
Okay.
I think maybe watching Predator Badlands first was a mistake.
Okay. All right.
Because then I went back and watched Killer of Killers, And we're not going to spoil that, everybody.
No,
so
no.
if you haven't seen Killer of Killers, it's on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
It is an animated film, and it's almost kind of like an anthology movie, except they all come together.
Right.
I don't know if it was the animation. I think that's part of it. I think when I watch the live action movies, I feel suspense. I feel fear or whatever for whoever the main character is. In this movie, it was Deck. I felt for Deck. I felt for Thea. In the first Predator movie, I felt for Arnold Schwarzenegger's character,
Right.
In the animated movie, I felt no urgency. I didn't feel anything. They're animated characters, so I didn't really feel for the characters.
Interesting. Okay.
I thought they were interesting stories that they told.
Right.
But the one thing I will mention is that, did you catch the Easter eggs in this movie that had to do with Trachtenberg's other Predator things?
I'm assuming stuff on the ship, but I'm not positive.
So that means no.
Yeah, no. So no. Yeah, you're right. No, I did not.
So when Deck and Quay are going through targets...
Oh, yes. Yeah.
There are two Dan Trachtenberg's Easter eggs there. One shows the big creature in Killer of Killers.
Oh, good call. Okay.
And they also showed Naru from Prey.
Oh, very good. I did not catch that.
Yeah, so I thought that was really cool. And what was really cool is that I recognized Naru. When I saw it the second time, I was watching it's like this little, can't think of words, buddy. I just can't think of words.
Hey, that's all right.
It's like little holograms of different creatures. And when it showed Naru, I was like, I think that was Naru. I think that was the girl from Prey.
That's really cool. I love that.
It's the first time in a live action movie we've seen Yautja Prime.
That's true. That is very true. It was also fun to see a Yautja as a hero. I loved that. I was like, this is the first time I've ever been like, yay, the Predator.
Yeah, and that was the point of the movie, was to show it from the Predator's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest, there were times that I didn't exactly root for him.
I agree. I'm right there with you. Yes, I do agree.
But I think the beautiful thing about this movie is that the Predator, in its own way, learned some humanity.
Yes.
It learned to empathize with other creatures and not just see them as prey. Wink, wink.
Wink.
Stop it, Scotty. Just stop it.
I love it. So one thing, I'll say this, just to jump in. One thing I'm a sucker for, always, is when a quote-unquote, a ragtag team come together. I love when this kind of group comes together and you're like, oh, they're all quirky and fun and they are teaming up. I'm a sucker for it. I always have and I always will be. The fact that we at the end, throughout the movie, obviously, but at the end we get kind of the three of them. There's this new tribe with Thea, Bud, and Deck.
I'm going to say four of them.
Who am
with
I
the little
missing?
Squirt on his shoulder. Come on, man. You can't
Squirt
leave the Squirt
died.
out.
Squirt
I know, but
died.
still, he was there. He was helping.
You're right. Yes. I guess I'm jumping towards when Father dies and we see and we see Bud is bigger and we see Thea and there's just that moment I was like, oh, I love this. This is such a cool little team. And then when we see Mother or the mom come, I was like, please give us a sequel where you get this this group again, because it was such a little frosting on the cake, man. And I was like, gosh, if we can get a sequel where I can just eat frosting, give it to me.
See, that's the thing, though. And I thought about this at the end of the movie. Who knows if we'll ever get a sequel? Because instead of giving us a sequel to Prey, he gave us a brand new story set way in the future.
That's true. And I'm fine if we don't get a sequel. How it ended was perfect. It was great. It was fun. I love the team.
Yeah.
And if that is the end of it, wonderful. I'm totally fine with that.
I am too, and I'm happy to have Dan Trachtenberg or whoever. I heard a rumor that Dan's not going to come back for the next movie.
Oh.
That he's moving on to other things. But I don't know if that's true or not.
Okay.
But if he does, I am completely okay with just him doing in his own way, just different anthology stories in the
Yeah.
Predator universe.
I'm with you, man. I would agree with you on that. But I do hope we get more with him because I feel like he's almost setting up this kind of cool universe of these great characters that he's creating. So I hope he does at least one more. I want a little more, man. It's just I like this world he's building, these new stories. So
Did you know the very opening shot of this movie was originally supposed to be used at the beginning of Prey, but they opened
Really?
Prey a different way, so they used it for this one, and it worked.
wow, that's interesting. That's cool.
It's an opening shot out of a cave.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, did you know where the term Yautja started?
Oh, I do not know this.
Because I looked it up, because I believe, I don't know if they used it in Prey. It sounded familiar to me, though, so I looked it up, and evidently the term Yautja came from a 1994 comic called Aliens vs. Predator, Prey.
Hey, that's actually pretty cool. Okay.
But obviously they used it in Killer of Killers, and
Right.
they use it in this one. Again, I'd have to go back and watch Prey again to see if they use it, but
Interesting. I like that. That's cool. I love that. That's a good little Easter egg, too.
there was a good commentary that comes with this movie. It was Dan Trachtenberg himself, the producer Ben Rosenblatt, cinematographer Jeff Cutter, and stunt coordinator Jacob Tomuri. Wow. Stunt coordinator Jacob Tomuri, if I said that right.
That's a cool commentary group. Interesting.
It was, and it was fun. They had a lot of fun talk, but strangely enough, I didn't write down a whole ton of behind the scenes stuff, just a few things, but
Okay. All right.
it was mostly just them talking about how they did certain shots and, you know, how the story evolved into what it became, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit here and go through every little thing that the story almost had in it, but
Right. Yeah. No, that's all. I get you.
Did you watch the deleted scenes?
No, I didn't actually for this one. Mm-mm.
I didn't either, buddy.
Oh, okay.
So this is going well.
One thing I got to admit, like one thing I love too is whenever we see like a movie go to a different planet or somewhere that's just kind of outside of our world of Earth, you get a lot of freedom. So you can make whatever you want, do whatever you want, and it's wonderful because no one can question it. This movie was this death planet was so much fun because everything could kill you, and it was cool to see. It was fun how he kind of incorporated the vines, even just being like there to kill you. I will say though, the second he takes out the bug and it kind of starts expanding and he throws it and it blows up, I turn to Cindy and I go, "We will be seeing that again later."
Well, yeah, but we saw everything again later.
No, I know, but I just was like, I knew that it would be used as a weapon at some point. I was like, well, that'll be used.
Whatever, you damn know-it-all. I know how the movie ends.
You stop. I just knew. I was like, well, that's a cool quote unquote weapon that can be used.
Did you know Bud was a baby Kalisk?
I knew after the scene where, so Bud spits on deck,
Yes.
and then the callus sniffs him before he gets frozen. So right then I was like, oh, is that a baby? So I think that was the moment.
Dang, you're good.
Yeah. Well, because
I'm
he's
so glad I don't watch movies with you.
I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't. I've learned now, living with Cindy, I'm not allowed to say what's happening because I get in trouble. So I just keep it to myself. But I will. But I make it a point because I'm proud of it. I'm like, I think I know what's going to happen.
You write it down in a little note. So I'm going to write this down, and then I'm going to show you when I'm right. I've done that before.
Have you?
Yeah, but I was wrong.
Oh, see, that's what I'm worried about. Then I have proof that I was wrong. Whereas if I don't have it written down, I can lie. Just say, yeah, I know.
So you're just lying every time you tell me that you figured out the end, basically?
Can I be honest with you? I have not actually watched a single one of the movies we've covered. I just
figured
go.
out the end.
I just kind of go with your 3-minute recaps or whatever and just kind of go like, oh, okay.
That makes your 3-minute recaps even more impressive.
You know, Wikipedia. It's a good help.
Anyway, did you know that the intro of this movie was inspired by the beginning of Star Trek 2009?
No, I did. No.
You wouldn't
No.
because you didn't listen to the commentary like some of us.
Sorry.
I love you, buddy.
I love you.
Let's stop jabbing each other here.
It's all good.
It is all good, but if we jab each other too much, we'll start to be like, hey, F you.
Yeah, right. We're done.
What is that?
I know. Just so everyone's aware, to make this even creepier, Scotty keeps hearing stuff behind him and keeps looking back. And I only see like the area of the room and it's like shadowed, so it's a little bit creepy.
Yeah, it's pretty bright here, but there's just like this little like click noise, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's my speaker. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out after we record.
I literally told the predator to not come into your house. So if that's his clicking, I'm going to be
There was
ticked.
a Yautja. It's a Yautja, Andrew.
Well, if you're close to them, you can call him predator. So
You cannot. If you're close to them, you call them Yautja. What are you talking
it.
about? It's the other way around.
Rats. Curses.
Anyway, so Trachtenberg saw the beginning of Star Trek 2009 and how emotional it was. And like he was like, the beginning of that movie, I'm crying within the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted an emotional intro to this movie so that the audience would really connect with Deck right away.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. And I think he achieved that.
Oh, for sure. I loved that beginning. I thought it was great. And it was heartbreaking, but I love a good revenge movie. So once the brother died, I was like, oh, it's on. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, he's coming for you. So,
It's so good.
yeah. Yeah.
So you mentioned the planet,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to piggyback off that because you were right. It's interesting because they created this planet, Genna.
Yeah.
And as you said, it's got all these death traps. Everything can kill you. You run the risk in a planet like that of making it seem like there's no end or there's no limits to anything.
True. Yep, that's fair.
I never truly felt like that. I did feel like, or I felt like they pulled back at the right times.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good way to say that.
And I think a lot of it has to do with how this movie is not just a movie about a predator looking for prey. This is also a survival movie, which is what I really, truly love about it. Deck is not just good at fighting, he's good at surviving.
Yes. Yep, you're right.
That's what really makes me love Deck. The only part that really felt like, okay, come on, guys, was the part where he's in the field with the spiny flowers.
Yeah, that was scary.
It was fun. The bird was flying down and it was dropping things in the flowers to try to get them to launch their spikes and paralyze Deck so that the bird thing could come down and get Deck and then eat him.
Yeah.
Well, when it finally gets close to Deck and Thea tells him to run, I don't know, man. It just seemed like he got through a lot of those spines that would have hit him at that point.
Right. Yeah.
And it wasn't until like one burst like right in front of his face, and then he only has like 1 or 2 spines in his neck, and I'm like, really, guys?
That's fair. That's a fair point.
But I give it to the movie because I love it so much.
I agree.
So, but yeah, I did feel like Deck did a great job of figuring out awesome ways to survive everything.
Yeah, and I love too, because the second he kind of crashes, I mean, his ship's not there. He has that little ship that popped out. So he only has a few things with him at first, I think. And I like when he's kind of setting everything out of like, what do I have? How can I use this? It was very survivalist. What can I use at this moment? And I like that. I'm with you. I like the survival aspect of it. So I like that he was gathering his stuff, kind of regrouping and thinking, what can he do to survive? So I agree. I think it's fun.
I also loved the acting. Elle Fanning was incredible.
the first shot we see of her where the first like close-up shot of her, I think, where she kind of decks on the ground and the bird, she like demolishes the bird and then pops up over him and goes, "Hi." Her like little smile and the bubbliness of her character, I was like, oh, I'm going to really enjoy Thea. Like, I'm going to enjoy this character. She's fun. I just love that. Hi.
And again, you have this situation where she could have been really annoying.
Yes.
Because she's this incessantly talking character who won't shut up.
Yeah.
And a character like that can be very annoying in a movie, but she wasn't to me at all.
Agreed. No, I loved her character. I even thought she would be such a blast to have on a trip just to chat with because she's fun. She's not annoying. She's entertaining and she has fun things to say that are very interesting and I love her perspective on things. And yeah, I really liked her character a lot.
Before you saw this movie, did you know she played two characters?
I did not. No, I didn't.
For me, it felt like a reveal when you have Thea talking to Deck at the campfire, or what he calls a campfire. It's his little predator heat warmer thing.
Right.
And she's kind of reminiscing as he falls asleep. And then there's a quick segue to what we find out is Tessa.
Right.
In the ship. I thought it was a flashback of Thea.
I did too. I had the same thought. Yep.
So you didn't predict that one. Thank God.
I didn't. No, I thought the same thing. I was like, okay, she must have gotten hurt a couple times by the beast, the thing. I can't think of it.
Yeah, I thought she was just flashing back to right after she got attacked and came back. But yeah, it's really cool. We find out it's Tessa.
Mm-hmm.
This is, buddy, where I'm going to really need you to go back and watch Alien and enjoy it.
Okay. I know. I do, because I do like this shared universe. I think it's fun. So I do need to go. I think I just was not in the right mindset. I know I wasn't.
And for those who are confused, we're going back to a conversation we had when we did Alien Romulus, where Andrew tried to watch Alien, and for whatever reason, he was having a hard time getting through the kind of the gradual, slow opening of the movie.
Right. Yep.
So he said some controversial things, which is his opinion, and he is totally entitled to that, and they are valid opinions because he's a beautiful, unique child.
Oh, you're so sweet. I love you.
But now, if you go back and watch Alien and you see Dallas talking to Mother...
Right. Yes.
You're going to realize that this is, in its essence, the same mother that, that the company owns that talks to these synthetics and tells them what to do on their missions and such.
And I did love when she says that she was made by Waylon. I was like, ooh. I was like, that's fun.
Now, you didn't even know that?
I had seen rumors, but I wasn't positive until she actually, because I was like, I know obviously we've had like Alien versus Predator, but people say maybe they're not canon. So I wasn't positive that was going to be the case. I had heard rumors, but once she said it, I was like, that's cool. That's fun. I'm glad that we're doing that.
I don't watch trailers.
Right.
However, one thing that kind of upset me was the fact that one of the trailers for this movie opened with a shot of Thea and her eyes flipping around because she's got the Weyland-Yutani symbol on the back of her eyeballs.
Right. Oh, that's a bummer.
Which I think is very cool. I think it's a great idea, but open the trailer with that? Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
that would have been such a cool surprise. Like, oh my God, this is in the same universe and they're showing it. That's really cool.
That's a bummer that they did that because that would have been really, really cool.
Yeah, it would have been great.
Yeah.
I love that we got a huge advanced version of the loader.
Yeah, actually, I turned to Cindy right at that moment. I said, well, that's an Alien reference.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. So in the commentary, I know Trachtenberg was talking about the parallels between like this and the first Predator movie or Predator 2. But I was so blind to all that because I was just seeing all of the Alien references and stuff like that.
Yep.
You know, I was seeing how, yes, they're trying to take the Kalisk back for the same reason they always try to capture the xenomorph and take it back, you know?
Right. Yep.
If the Weyland-Yutani company is anything like the company in the other movies, it's not to help people so much, it's to heal them in war so that they're more durable in a war.
That's exactly right.
So I'm trying to remember some of the parallels between this and the movies. I know the inside of the ship definitely looked like the inside of the Yautja ship in Predator 2 that we saw. Did
For
we see
sure.
the inside of the ship in Predator 1?
I don't think we did in 1. I know for a fact we did in 2.
Sure, yeah, because we saw in 2, no spoilers. No spoilers.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But
I am
fun.
going to spoil one tiny little thing, though, because this was like a cool little parallel Easter egg.
Yeah.
In Predator 1, the first human, the first guy who dies, I believe, is Jesse Ventura. I think.
Of the group, yes.
Yeah, that's who I'm
think
talking
so.
about.
Yeah, I think it's him.
And he gets a hole shot through the middle of his chest, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So at the end, during the climax, the very first synthetic that dies at the base,
Yes.
Deck has the squirt spit acid on its
Yes.
chest, and it was like, that was a little homage to Predator.
That's good. That's awesome. I remember that moment exactly. That's cool.
One thing they mentioned is that, and I didn't really catch though, there is this parallel between Deck and his parents. You know, his parents, how tough they are, how unforgiving they are.
Right.
And Tessa and Mother, who is basically her parent.
Right. Oh, look at that. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a fun thing to think about when you rewatch the movie.
Ah, that's interesting. I love that too about these synths too, is that they are, I just like that they have feelings and that they have emotions. Like I think that's fun that they're not just a robot. And I know it's explored more in other movies as well, but I do love that fact that they're not just there to do their job. They lie and they do things and they're human kind of. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like it.
Well, I mean, except for the male synth. The male synth seems to be a lower generation or a lackey type of synth.
Yeah.
Which I loved. I love the fact that you had Thea and Tessa, who were the advanced synths, and then you had these, like almost like this workforce synth that they're like the soldiers. You know?
Totally. Yep.
And that was great. Funny story, the guy who played those synths, Cameron Brown, he came straight from playing the xenomorph in Alien Earth.
No way.
And the cool thing is that he really didn't know what he was going to be doing because there was a lot of hush-hush about it. They were like, we got to keep things under wraps. So you're coming to this movie, you're going to be in it. I can't remember if he even knew that it was a Predator movie, but he went straight from the set of Alien Earth to the set of Predator Badlands. And when he got there, he's like, is this a joke? Are you guys pranking me? Like, really? I'm now going to be in a Predator movie and I'm going to be a synthetic? This is amazing.
That's cool, man. That guy is living the dream. That's really cool.
It was amazing to watch some of the behind the scenes and to see how Demetrius Schuster Kaloa Matangi, how he became Deck, and the fact that pretty much everything you saw was practical except for his face movements, like all of that. And it was so impressive. Like all that acting really is him.
That's so cool.
It's amazing.
I've always loved the design of the Predator. Always. So seeing him without his mask for most of this movie as well was a lot of fun because I think it's a cool design. And just everything about it. So, and I love practical effects, as you know. So I noticed, I knew, except obviously, like you said, for some of the face movements and stuff, I was like, that's definitely practical, and I appreciate it. It looks great. It looks really good.
What I was really impressed with was the speech of the Predator, of the Yautja, because he doesn't have lips,
Right. Oh, right. Yeah.
And they had to kind of figure that out. It's like, how do these guys talk? They have the outer fangs, you know?
Yep.
And then they have the inner mouth, which doesn't really have lips. So how do they talk? How do they eat? Do they eat with the outer fangs? You know, they had to figure this stuff out.
Right.
And if you listen to it and you watch this movie and you listen closely to the speech, it does sound like somebody talking without, you know, specific lips.
Interesting.
It's fantastic when you see the way they animate like the cheeks of the front mouth pouch or whatever it is.
Right.
And how the cheeks move with the speech that he's saying. It's incredible. I thought there's just so much detail in that I think is unbelievable.
That's awesome. I love that. I didn't even catch that, but now on a second viewing, I'm going to notice it for sure. I do love too. One thing you mentioned is that Thea at one point goes, "What? How do you eat? Is it the front? Is it the front teeth or the one?" So
Yeah.
I'm like, that's cute. That's funny.
I think that's what I was actually talking about. It wasn't in the commentary. It was what Thea said. So
Oh,
yeah, you're
right.
right. Thank you.
No,
I
you're
have it
good.
right here. What does the chewing? Your outside fangs or your inside teeth? Yeah.
I love that. I love that line because it's like, yeah, huh, yeah. How does that all
Right?
work?
It's something we never thought of.
No, it was great. It's a good question.
But now going back to the CG of it all, this is one of those movies where, you know, people complain that CG is getting worse or whatever, which I think is BS.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, obviously you have creatures that you know are CG, like the Kalisk,
Right.
the bone bison, and
Right.
the Luna bug. They're all CG, but the things you don't think about that are CG is like his mouth.
Right.
And the features of his face, like they do not look like CG.
I agree. I agree with you 100%.
It's incredible, you know? And you think back to Predator where they didn't have CG, right?
Yeah.
It was all practical.
Yeah.
This looks just as real to me.
I agree. I absolutely agree. I thought it looked fantastic. Phenomenal.
Unbelievable stuff.
Speaking of CG, one thing I wanted to bring up is the Kalisk itself. I loved the design. Oh my gosh. Cindy and I both were like, that looks incredible. Like that is one of the coolest creatures I've seen. It's beautiful. Like it just looked phenomenal. I loved it.
And it looked like the most dangerous creature on that planet. Even though the Luna bug was bigger,
Right.
even though the bison may have had stronger armor, the Kalisk just looked like the king of the jungle. It was amazing.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Yes, it did. Not only did it look cool when you see its gentle side later, I was like, I want you to be real. Like, even though I know you could wipe out pretty much everyone in the world, I want you to be real because you're just so cool. And there's this gentleness to you that I love. And I loved it. Oh my gosh.
But I only want baby Kalisks to be real.
They are precious. Oh, man.
The animation that they used with Bud was incredible. That's another thing. When I think about the CG in this movie, Bud,
Yeah. Yeah.
when he's at the campfire, the way he looks at Deck and Thea, and that's the thing. Like, I ended up a lot of times watching Bud in scenes where he wasn't the focus.
Yeah.
Oh, man, one of the things that kills me is near the end. You know, Bud walks up to its mother, and I think I keep calling Bud a he, but Bud is a she.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right. Bud is a she. Yep.
So Bud walks up to her mother at the end, and they touch foreheads. But the part where the mother, after she touches foreheads with Deck, and she starts to back off, and she's like, ugh,
Yeah.
and, you know, something's wrong with her. The last time I watched the movie, I watched Bud during that part. And it's a little heartbreaking because he's just like, he's got this look of worry on his face, like, what's happening? What's going on?
Oh.
And it's because of the way they designed his freaking face and how cute it is.
Yeah. It's precious. It really is precious.
I love that scene at the campfire was inspired by the scene in Jaws. That is an homage.
That is crazy. I did not even, I would never have even thought of that. That's brilliant.
So good.
It is so good. I thought of the meme during that scene, like one of those memes where it's like, I wish someone would look at me the way so-and-so looks at so-and-so. You know, have you ever seen those? And it's like,
Yeah.
you know, but it's like, I wish someone would look at me the way Bud looks at Deck. Like, it's just, it made me think of that because Deck is just, or Bud just is loving Deck and following and doing everything. It's just cute. It's such a cute scene.
And the way Bud smiles when Deck spits back in his face later in the movie.
Yes.
It's so good. But yeah, that campfire scene is incredible. I just love that entire scene.
Mm-hmm.
The other cool thing about that scene is that, that was the scene that they said Elle Fanning basically improvised all of that dialogue.
Oh, really? Oh, my gosh. That was a great scene. Wow.
Yeah, that's what they said in the commentary, that she came into that scene and they just said, just improvise. And that's what she came up with. So, like the joke she told, what was the pun? She told that horrible joke.
Oh, shoot. I didn't write it down.
Well, you know what? We're just going to leave that up to our listeners to experience for themselves if they haven't seen this movie.
There you go. That's why we're doing it.
But yeah, she tells that awful pun joke, and she made that up, and they were like, they didn't know if it would work, but it totally did.
Yeah. That whole scene's great because it's showing that character kind of let loose in the best way. Just this, again, what could be very obnoxious but isn't.
Yeah.
She did a great job. I love that that's improvised. That makes me so happy.
Something else you may not notice, but they mentioned in the commentary, and once they mentioned it, I started paying attention. The fight choreography was very purposeful.
Oh, okay.
In that the way Deck fights, they had to make sure that it didn't resemble anything like martial arts or anything that a human would do.
Oh, very good.
I realized that I had felt that during the movie, but never realized it until they voiced it.
That's funny. I did not even... That's great. Yeah. It's true, though. Yeah. Why would they? That's amazing.
Yeah. When you watch him fight, he just fights like this, like you would think a Yautja would fight, with really good moves,
right?
But these more warrior-like bestial moves.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Like you said, man, the details in this are pretty outstanding. This is fun. These are fun. Oh, that's it. This is fun.
These are fun what?
I don't know. I was going to say fun facts to learn, I think.
Yeah, there you go. Fun facts. Well, here's another one for you. The ship, the voice on Deck's ship.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It was the Duffer Brothers, the score composers.
Really?
Yeah, they just happened to be working nearby, and I think Trachtenberg knew them and was like, "Hey, do you want to come do this voice?" And it's both of their voices kind of mushed together. And so, yeah, if you go listen to it, it's the Duffer Brothers. They're even credited in the end credits.
Really? That is so funny. I love that.
Also, did you know that Alex Gillis was the guy who did most of the creature effects in this movie, and he was one of the main people working on The Predator in the very first movie? He's been working on these movies ever since, and he was the main creature effects person.
That's cool. I did not know that. That's really cool. That's really cool.
See, here's the thing, Andrew. I have to just come tell you all of these behind-the-scenes facts.
Yeah.
Because my notes on the movie are literally, here's a string of my notes. Mm-hmm. And even as I was writing them, I thought it was kind of funny. Love the Kalisk fight. Love the Kalisk smelling its child on Deck. Love the Weyland-Yutani symbol on the backs of their eyes. Love Deck working with the planet to prepare for battle. Love Deck spitting on Bud. Love Deck using Thea's legs to find her. Love that Tessa talks to Mother in a room that resembles the room in Alien. Love the leg fight. Love Deck saying that he came to rescue Thea and saying, "Woof."
Yeah.
That was very cool.
That was very cool. Yep.
See, that was part of him learning, and I loved that it was that story that Thea got across to him.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Telling him about the alpha wolf, and that it doesn't just mean that that wolf is the greatest killer. It means that he protects his tribe.
I do love when she tells him that story, and then he stands up and goes, "I'll be the alpha and also kill the most."
Yeah.
Like he's still gotta do his killing. Like
how amazing was Bud in a poncho?
Oh my gosh. I love too that was their choice. Like, this will hide you.
Yeah.
This will work.
No, yeah, Bud's choice.
Yeah.
I don't think it wasn't Thea's choice. we know by now that Bud just copies them.
Right.
He looks up to them. So when he saw Thea put on the poncho, he grabbed another poncho and put it on. She had no idea. And so when the synthetic looks and he goes, "What should we do about that?" And she looks back and and then Bud looks behind him like, "Oh, me?"
It's so good. I do love too at that moment when Thea is trying to trick him because he's like, "What are you doing here?" And she just moves her eye to the the left because that's how Tessa's is. It's like smart.
But I also kind of love that she can't quite emulate the coldness of Tessa.
Yeah, that's true.
She does, as a synthetic, feel too much to be like Tessa.
Yeah.
And I love that. And then you have the ending scene. My God.
Yeah. It's perfect.
I loved the ingenuity that Deck used in his fight against his dad.
Yes. Oh, me too. Again, that survivalist. He's using his resources to stop a threat. It's great. It was great.
When he starts his ship up, because even I was thinking, oh man, what's he going to do when Father cloaks himself?
Yeah.
And then he starts his ship up to create dust. And then,
it was perfect.
I was just like, my God, that's so good.
And I love to, I can't remember if it's during the fight or after he traps his dad, you see all the other Yautjas come out of the ship and you see their swords kind of drawn. I was like, oh, it's so cool. Like they're all either going to witness or have just witnessed their alpha about to die. Like it was just such a cool moment. I love that.
No, I think there were a bunch of them out there and they saw him kill his father.
I knew they saw him kill. I just didn't know if they came out during the fight or if it was at the end of the fight when he trapped his dad before his head gets chopped off. I couldn't remember if they all kind of pop out. I just couldn't remember.
I'm pretty sure there's a bunch out as his father walks out.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Like they were already there. But the question that we don't know is when they have their swords drawn at the end, do they have their swords drawn in respect for Deck, or are they about to get mad?
Right. I did wonder that too. I kind of had that thought of, oh man, this is an army of Yautja. Like that's gonna be Yowza.
Yowza, Yautja.
Thank you.
I explained your joke for you.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. People don't get my jokes often, but I did love too that Bud was also kind of forming into the adult version as well. Yes. And so it was still not what we had seen with the other one, but like kind of going through puberty. It's like kind of at that awkward stage, or like, hey, like it had that awkward look, but it was so cool and it worked because Bud was growing. Like it was just funny.
One thing they mentioned in the commentary, and I really dug this, I like how they have the title card come up.
Yeah.
And then as the title card goes away, you think the credits are about to roll, but then no, there's one more thing, and that's his mother showing up.
Yeah.
But the whole reasoning behind that is because they wanted to put a punctuation on the end of Deck's story.
Oh, okay.
This was the end of his story. This is how he concluded his story.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the punctuation mark. That's the period at the end of the sentence.
Cool.
But wait, there's a tiny bit more that, leads into another story.
Cool. Okay. I like that. That's good. That's good.
Also, I remembered the other parallel with Predator.
Yes. What?
The whole scene where Deck is getting ready, using the planet, working with the planet, and he's getting everything ready to go into battle.
Yep.
Was supposed to parallel, Arnold
Hutch.
Schwarzenegger getting Hutch. Is that his name?
Wasn't it Hutch?
I don't know.
I think it's Hutch.
Let's look it up, bud. We've got IMDb.
We do. No, that's exactly right, though. Again, I watched it not too long ago, and that's so true. He gets the jungle ready with the vines and the logs and everything. So that's
and the
good.
Mud.
And the mud. Yeah, a lot of mud. A lot.
Dutch,
not
Andrew.
Hutch. Dutch.
Hutch. Wow.
I was close.
We are horrible Predator fans.
Or are we the best? Because we're kind of like experiencing it for the people,
I will say that I had a very strong reaction the last time I watched Prey, in which I started to think, I think Prey is my favorite Predator movie of all, even over the original.
It's a darn good movie. And for those that have not listened, jump back, take a listen.
We did an episode on it.
We sure did.
finally, buddy, the music. Did you listen to the music?
I did enjoy the music in this. I did. Again, it was kind of like it was a character. It was like this. Some of those moments were gruff, like we're gonna go to war. You know, it was like here we go, and it was preparing and battle, and you felt it with the music behind it. You know, it added a lot to these scenes. So I did hear the music in this one.
Me too, buddy.
Yeah.
You know I loved it because, okay, so Prey, the composer for the Prey score was Sarah Schachner. And Sarah started out doing Assassin's Creed games.
Oh, awesome.
Which I probably mentioned back in that Prey episode.
Yeah.
So go back and listen and you'll hear Andrew be surprised again.
You're probably right.
But here's the interesting thing. Predator Killer of Killers, the animated thing, was scored by Benjamin Wallfish.
Oh, whoa.
Sarah Schachner and Benjamin Wallfish scored this movie.
That's cool.
It's mostly Sarah Schachner, but with some themes done by Benjamin Wallfish.
That's cool.
And holy crap, how much Benjamin Wallfish have we listened to lately?
I was just going to say, dude, like we've mentioned him a number of times recently, which is awesome.
It Chapter 2, Conjuring Last Rites. There was another one we did with Benjamin. Oh my goodness. Love him.
This year is the year of Benjamin Wallfish on Fun with Horror because that's like 3 of our 2026 movies are him.
Funny enough, I did get my Apple Music results, my replay results for January, and Benjamin Wallfish is number 1, easily.
It's your year with Fun with Horror, Benjamin. Come on, we'll interview you.
Yeah, we'll interview you. We love film composers.
Yeah, we do.
Speaking of interviewing, though, one thing that was interesting is there is another podcast, and I believe there's a YouTube channel as well. He calls himself the Film Scorer.
Oh, okay.
And I converse with him quite a bit on Threads because, you know me, I got to talk to people about film scores.
Love it.
We kind of made a few comments back and forth about this soundtrack because he was talking about great soundtracks from last year. And I said, you know what? One I just recently listened to was Predator Badlands.
Nice.
And I was extremely impressed with it because it doesn't use any of the themes from the previous movies.
Very true.
However, Sarah does create some themes that are very similar to the themes from Prey. So this movie does end up feeling like a companion piece to Prey.
Oh, yeah.
I think for me, a lot of it is because of her music.
Nice.
Funny enough, one thing that he was saying, the film scorer, was that normally he's got an opinion about movies that don't use the original themes in their sequels, but he really liked this one.
Nice. There you go.
And I'm the same way. But then you go, if you watch Predator Killer of Killers, guess what? It does contain the theme from the original Predator.
Yeah.
Well, Benjamin Wallfish brought it back, but they didn't bring it back for this one.
That's true. They did not. You're right.
You got anything else, buddy? You ready for 3 questions?
I think I'm ready for 3 questions.
Who would cross the bridge of death must answer me these questions 3.
Question number 1. What did you think was the best kill or death in Predator Badlands?
There's some fun ones, but I gotta go with Father. Great revenge. Dies pretty much the exact same way as Quay, the brother. Gets his arm cut off, gets his head taken off, but this time by Bud. And then not only that, the hand is lifted up later to take the cloak to put on deck. You can't beat it. What do you got, buddy?
I'm with you. I agree wholeheartedly. I'm not even going to add anything because that was perfect.
Thanks.
Question number 2. Did you think this movie was scary?
I do not. No, like we kind of talked about, this is more of an action sci-fi movie. I mean, maybe if people have some fears of aliens, I guess, maybe. But, you know, for me, I'm definitely not losing sleep. So, what about you?
No. Yeah. I don't even have to add anything, buddy. You're perfect. You're perfect right now.
You are.
Question number 3. Did you have fun with action sci-fi?
I did have fun with action sci-fi.
Me too.
Yeah, look at that.
Badlands.
Woohoo, Predator.
Leon, when you turn wall.
I'm here because traveling with you is the best way to get back to Tessa. When I was in that vulture's nest, I was so afraid I would never see her again. I can survive on my own. But who would want to survive on their own?
Scotty, I know we veered off from horror a little bit. I took us on a detour to the action sci-fi world, but my question to you, are we jumping into what are we doing next? A romantic comedy? Are we doing
Yes.
animated? What are we doing? Are we doing a horror? What are we doing, buddy?
Remember a long time ago when we talked about maybe doing fun with the Step Up movies?
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah.
We called them, remember what we called them?
Oh, man. No.
Road dance movies.
Oh, my gosh. We did. Oh, my gosh.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, big points to whoever remembers that episode or remembers hearing us talking about road dance movies.
Oh, that's funny. Rodance.
But no, we are going into horror.
Okay.
We're doing some body horror. This is one of the top movies that I wanted to see last year that I didn't get a chance to.
I think I got it.
We are doing The Ugly Stepsister.
Oh, I was wrong. Okay.
That's what you get for trying to guess
Yep.
the ending.
I assumed,
If you had written it down, you would have been wrong.
but I would
Proven
have
wrong.
I would have lied to you and said I knew it.
You should have.
I should have. Dang it. I played all my cards. All right. Okay.
The Ugly Stepsister, everybody.
Oh boy! Wow, that was not what I was expecting, to be honest, and I'm excited because this was definitely one I've been curious about, very curious about. So, all right, man, good pick.
It is time, Andrew, for us to
Yes.
read our Spotify comments that we've gotten since our last episode. So we have 6 comments altogether.
Woohoo!
Andrew, why don't you start us off?
Alrighty. So the first comment is from William Christensen, and it's about It 2017.
This is a new listener, I believe, a new commenter.
This is. So thank you for commenting, William. And William says, "Hello, Fun with Horror. I am new to the podcast and starting to like the horror movie reviews. One of the horror movies I want you guys to review is Freddy vs. Jason, one of my favorite horror movies." Oh, it's a great...
Now, that's an interesting one. And funny enough, Stanley and I talked about it last episode.
Yeah.
We mentioned this comment without reading it.
Mm-hmm.
But we mentioned this because the question is that do we do Freddy versus Jason? Do we do Freddy versus Jason as part of our normal show? Or do we wait until we get to it on our Friday the 13th? So here's what Stanley and I decided without you.
Yeah.
If we do it, we'll probably do it early because I think next year, 2027, there's only one Friday the 13th.
Right. But isn't there 3 this year?
There's 3 this year.
Yeah, okay.
So if we waited, we wouldn't be doing Freddy versus Jason until 2028 at the earliest.
Zoinks.
We might be dead by then. So if we do Freddy versus Jason early, we just have to invite Stanley on to do it with us.
Lovely. I would love that. I would love to talk to Stanley.
But also, that is a fantastic idea, William, because I, for one, have not watched Freddy vs. Jason since the first time I saw it in theaters.
Oh, wow.
And I remember that at that time, the movie was so gory that it's one of the few movies that I guess maybe the popcorn was helping, but it kind of turned my stomach a little bit in the theater.
Wow. Oh, wow.
So I doubt it'll do that now, but it would be interesting to find out.
Yeah, I would love to do that one. So it would be really fun, the 3 of us to sit down and chat with Stanley.
So, psych, my next movie isn't the... no, no, but William, thank you for the recommendation. And,
Yes, thank you.
the suggestion.
Yes.
And we are definitely taking that one to heart. The next comment is by our new friend, CJ, otherwise known as Sheoxis.
Yay.
And he says, hey, your new listener CJ here. I really liked this movie back in the day, but I need to give it another watch. This movie being The Midnight Meat Train.
Oh.
So CJ seems to be going through our episodes and is now on The Midnight Meat Train. So,
Oh, wow.
he said, the reason I'm commenting is about when you were teasing the next pick and listed the remaining Clive Barker films you couldn't have picked due to the old movie I've never seen rule.
Oh, yes.
There's another one you may not have heard of called Lord of Illusions. It's about a cult and stage magicians. It's not amazing, but it might be fun to check out if you get the chance.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome. That's exciting.
And CJ, I have seen Lord of Illusions. As I mentioned way back in that episode, I was a huge Clive Barker fan. Second only to Stephen King back in my teen years. And I watched everything I could that had to do with Clive Barker. And Lord of Illusions was one of those movies. That said, I do not remember the movie at all. So, another suggestion, buddy.
Yeah, man. That's interesting. That's a fun one. Okay.
I love that we're getting suggestions here.
Me too.
This is great.
This is great.
What's next?
Our next comment, our friend CJ Sheoxis again. Thank you, by the way. Thanks for leaving these comments. This is for the movie Dolls, and I this is a very sweet comment. It starts with, Andrew, you're the best, with an exclamation point. It says, I love this film so much. I'd be curious what you think of Hansel and Gretel from 2007. It's a Korean film that has a strong fairy tale vibe like this one does. It's a weird thing to connect to dolls, I suppose, but something tells me you would dig it, Andrew. Again, awesome suggestion. Well, first of all, thank you. I love that. That is very sweet. I love that you love dolls. Again, that's one of my favorite movies ever. But I'm so curious about Hansel and Gretel. If it's giving you the vibe as dolls, I'm on board. I am absolutely on board. So that is a wonderful suggestion. Thank you.
I've never even heard of that one.
Me,
so
yeah.
I'm curious too.
Amazing. I'm excited for that.
Our next comment is by, I believe, a new commenter named Heather.
Oh, right on.
I looked through our past comments because since it's a single name, I was like, maybe Heather has commented before. I don't believe she has. She said, I was going to suggest Shelby Oaks. She commented this on our It Chapter 2 episode, which we recently released.
Awesome.
And then she said, love you two and your friendship. Keep it up, with a purple heart emoji. Heather.
Oh.
We love you too.
We love you, Heather. Thank you. That is very sweet. Thank you so much. Aw.
And, as I said in the comment, we knew that you were going to suggest Shelby Oaks, which is the real reason that I picked it for our last episode.
It's true. It's true. We can prove it with email. Oh, no, I deleted the emails. We can't prove it. But.
and as we've established, Andrew never lies.
That's right. Never. What even is a lie?
Next,
we have our friend again, William Christensen. Thank you for leaving a comment. This is for It Chapter 2, I believe. I only get part of it because of my picture. But it's wonderful. It says, please cover the It miniseries, please.
What's funny about that, buddy?
Well, if you want to hop on a little thing called Patreon, you might hear that beautiful, sultry voice of Scotty's talking a little bit about It, Welcome to Derry.
Which episodes?
All of them.
One episode per episode. I can't promise that they'll be the best Patreon episodes ever, but I definitely talked about each episode. So, William, it's only $2 a month if you want to hear those episodes. But I actually love that you commented and said, please cover the It miniseries. Wait. I am such an idiot. We are idiots.
We are idiots. I totally thought.
We are idiots.
Yep, we're dumb.
I have a big I on my forehead now for idiot.
Me too. And as you said that, I reread the word miniseries the same. Yep. Boy,
Yeah.
howdy. Oh my gosh.
He means the 1980s miniseries.
Yep. 1990s.
Yeah, you're right. 1990.
1990. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh my
so
gosh.
William with another great suggestion.
Yes, that is a great suggestion, and boy, are we dumb.
And William, the reply that I left underneath your comment, please ignore it because obviously I was an idiot.
Oh, I'm right there with you, buddy. That hit both of us at the same time. That was amazing.
I did like that.
Me too.
Finally, our last comment is by our good friend Sophie Sparer.
Hi, Sophie.
Sophie was listening to our Texas Chainsaw Massacre episode.
Oh.
And she said, I'm glad someone else thought this movie was fun. It definitely didn't deserve the hate it got.
Agreed, Sophie. Thank you.
I think we both felt the same way. We thought it was a fun movie with some issues, but
Right.
it was fun.
Yep.
It was a good time.
It was. Yeah, it was. Listen to the episode if you haven't, everybody, because we definitely do praise that movie a bit. So
we've got some suggestions now. We've got Freddy versus Jason.
Yep.
We've got Korean Hansel and Gretel.
Yep.
Lord of Illusions.
Yep.
And the 1990 It miniseries. Not Welcome to Derry like both of us thought for the longest time. Sorry, William. My
Sorry.
God, I've got to comment under his thing and say sorry.
Yeah. And from both of us, let him know I apologize too. What a fool I have been.
We should just end this episode right now.
Okay.
Andrew, I love you.
Scotty, I love you.
Listeners, friends with horror, we love all of you.
We really, really do. We love you all.
From our heart to yours to the Badlands. Goodbye.
Yeah, but
Three, two, one.
Predator Badlands came out on November 7th, 2025, and it was written and directed by Dan Trachtenberg. Nope.
Trachtenberg.
Trachtenberg. Let me start that over.
Start it over.
Let me start over.
3, 2, 1.
Predator Badlands came out on November 7th, 2025, and it was directed by Dan Trachtenberg. Trachtenberg. How do you say it?
Trachtenberg. Yeah.
Tracton, like a
As
tractor.
in like track race.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Tractor. Tractin. Trachtenberg. Trachtenberg.
Trachtenberg.
There you go.
right.
One more.
Let's do it one more time. Yeah.
Take three.
Three.
Take 3, 2, 1.
Predator Bad.